One of the most common questions we get is, should I use black pepper with turmeric for lowering iron in hemochromatosis? It's a great question because we know that turmeric has been shown by a lot of research to reduce high iron. And we also, unfortunately, know that turmeric is very poorly absorbed by itself. Now, we also think we know that black pepper increases turmeric absorption, so therefore it must be good for us, right? Well, in this video, I'm going to go through what we think we know and what we actually truly definitely know about turmeric, as well as the top 4 reasons why you should not use black pepper with turmeric for hemochromatosis. Hello, I am Dr. Eric Lewis, and welcome to Hemochromatosis Help. Along with my wife, Dr. Christina, we are the only doctors on the internet devoted to the unique needs of people with hemochromatosis and iron overload. We've written extensively about the benefits of turmeric for lowering high iron on our website, hemochromatosis.help.com. And we've also written how there is a large body of research demonstrating a ferritin and iron lowering effect of this herbal remedy. However, one nuance to turmeric is that its absorption is very low when taken by itself. Supplements will often formulate turmeric in ways to enhance its absorption. An extract from black pepper, known as piperine, is a very common addition to turmeric supplements. A now famous 1998 study demonstrated that piperine enhanced turmeric absorption by 2,000%, which has a major wow factor. This sounds great. If turmeric is beneficial for iron overload and piperine enhances the absorption of turmeric, well, sign me up, right? In health and nutrition, however, the story usually isn't so simple. A further look may show that black pepper isn't necessarily a good choice in hemochromatosis. And in fact, it may be harmful for a person with iron overload. But fear not, as we'll share our solution to this problem at the end of the video. So for now, let's take a closer look at piperine, or black pepper extract, with respect to hemochromatosis. First, there is a fundamental problem when it comes to using turmeric medicinally. The challenge is how to get the turmeric into your body's cells. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, tends to be very poorly absorbed by our digestive system. Some estimates place turmeric absorption at only 5%. Now, ordinary turmeric powders, pills, or teas are only going to be used by your body in a tiny amount. Oral absorption of curcumin is generally poor due to its low solubility and instability in the intestinal environment. So scientists and researchers have been searching for novel ways to get this very beneficial herb into a person to increase that absorption level above 5%. One frequently cited study from 1998 is famous for potentially solving this problem. In it, the author stated that piperine, also known as black pepper, increased the bioavailability of turmeric by 2,000%. Studies such as this look like a best case scenario, highly effective at enhancing the absorption of a powerful nutrient, turmeric, with no adverse effects. Published research in numerous articles online have repeated this 2,000% statistic over and over to the point where it is essentially accepted that black pepper-derived piperine is beneficial for people taking turmeric. Now, for a quick aside, it's important to note black pepper extracts of concentrated piperine are not the same as the black pepper that you sprinkle on your food. Studies looking at turmeric and piperine are not using food. They are using the extracted concentrated chemical constituent derived from black pepper, which will typically act differently than how it would as if it were whole and intact with all the other naturally occurring components. So don't worry and enjoy your pepper-flavored food without any concern. A deeper look shows a much different story. Here is a summary of the top 4 reasons piperine may be detrimental in hemochromatosis. When taken as a supplement, either with turmeric or any other herb, piperine has been shown to, number 1, potentially increase iron absorption. Number 2, promote possible toxic side effects. Number 3, decrease a major pathway of liver detoxification called glucuronidation. And number 4, have inferior turmeric absorption compared to other formulations. Yikes! Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper. Number 1, piperine may increase iron absorption. Well, that heading isn't something you want to read if you have iron overload. Piperine may potentially increase iron absorption? Well, that's exactly what the makers of piperine found in 2 small studies they conducted. Piperine is a patented ingredient supplied by a company named Sabinsa. It is a standardized extract prepared from the dried fruits of Piper nigrum, or black pepper, and it contains a minimum of 95% piperine. In their first study, they gave rabbits iron alone, or iron combined with piperine, and compared the absorption levels. The addition of piperine to iron increased the iron concentration significantly in the first 8 hours and continued to impact iron concentrations in the test subjects 60 hours later. Compared to iron supplementation by itself, there is a significant increase in iron absorption when combined with piperine. They then used the iron with piperine combination in 30 people with iron deficiency anemia. This study showed that iron combined with piperine increased ferritin and iron levels. The authors stated that a significant improvement in serum iron could be correlated to the immediate release of iron from bioiron into systemic circulation. Total iron binding capacity and serum ferritin level was also observed. The authors concluded that iron plus piperine might be something for those with iron deficiency anemia to consider. Whoops, that's the opposite of what we want in hemochromatosis and iron overload, right? Now keep in mind, these studies are very small and represent the only research on this topic, so we do hope to see more extensive work to better understand this finding in the future. However, if you have hemochromatosis and take turmeric supplements with concentrated black pepper extract, well, I'm afraid this is not the news that you are looking for. Number 2, piperine may promote possible toxic side effects. Despite the study from 1998 at the beginning of this video claiming that piperine has, quote, no adverse effects, the research poses more concern for the possible toxicity from an excess amount of piperine. The authors also state that there are, quote, no adverse effects. But however, if you read the study, you'll see that they evaluated the rate of turmeric absorption over 4 hours. This study evaluated the effect in both human volunteers as well as animals. The researchers gave a single dose of turmeric to one group while giving turmeric plus piperine to the other group. The concentration of turmeric was then measured over the course of the next 4 hours. But that's it. End of study. Is this research even reliable? Can it really be applied to our nutrient and healthcare decision-making process? This certainly seems like a great example of how research can be so confusing at times. The conclusion that piperine or black pepper raises turmeric absorption by 2,000% sure gets attention, and it has been quoted by numerous papers and online articles. However, a deep look at the situation just doesn't hold up. Sure, piperine enhances turmeric absorption, but there is no way that they can claim that there are no adverse effects based on a study that lasted 4 hours long. And on top of this, there is other research that indicates that piperine might not be as perfect as people think. From other separate research studies, potentially toxic and other side effects with piperine may include: number 1, allergic reactions and heartburn. Number 2, high doses of piperine are toxic to the GI system, bladder, and adrenal glands. Number 3, reproductive effects on animals. Number 4, inhibits thyroid hormones T3 and T4 and glucose metabolism. Number 5, promotes neurotoxicity and oxidation. It is important to note that most of this comes from animal studies and not human studies. Therefore, we must hesitate before we draw conclusions. However, there are legitimate concerns on how concentrated black pepper extract may affect our long-term health. The last thing we want to do is to rob Peter to pay Paul. In other words, while we want to enhance turmeric absorption, we don't want to do this at the expense of liver detoxification function, enhanced iron absorption, and other potential long-term effects. Number 3, black pepper extract decreases liver detoxification. So speaking of liver detoxification, glucuronidation is a significant pathway of detoxification in the liver, responsible for metabolizing and excreting many substances from our body. The glucuronidation pathway detoxifies numerous hormones, nutrients, bile acids, toxins, medications, all exemplifying just how important this process is for our health. Now, the authors of the original study in 1998 knew of this mechanism of action. If you reread the quote at the beginning of this article, the authors state, quote, piperine, a known inhibitor of hepatic and intestinal glucuronidation. Other research has demonstrated that piperine may impact the metabolism of a wide range of medications. And an article entitled, "Should We Be Wary of Piperine?" quotes research that shows that piperine can reduce glucuronidation by 50%. It continues, "We all know the importance of biotransformation or detoxification. It doesn't make immediate sense why we would choose to inhibit this pathway, especially if the nutrient we're aiming to increase the absorption of, turmeric, is taken to enhance liver function. Over time, limiting this liver detoxification pathway could potentially lead to serious health consequences." Since glucuronidation is one of the most, if not the most, critical liver detoxification pathways, we prefer not to interfere with it. Number 4, piperine isn't even the best way to use turmeric. After all of this has been said and done, piperine isn't even the best way to absorb turmeric. In fact, piperine may have inferior turmeric absorption enhancement when compared to other formulations. Remember back to all the hubbub about a 2,000% increase in bioavailability when combining turmeric and black pepper? In a different paper, the authors evaluated the impact of a turmeric formulation called BCM95 compared to turmeric with piperine. This study was done on human volunteers and showed that the BCM95 formula had a greater impact on turmeric absorption compared both to standard curcumin as well as a curcumin piperine formulation. The results of this study indicate that the relative bioavailability of BCM95 was about 6.93-fold compared to normal curcumin and about a 6.3-fold compared to curcumin lecithin piperine formula. BCM95 thus has potential for widespread application for various chronic diseases. The BCM95 demonstrated an over 6 to 7-fold increase in turmeric absorption compared to the piperine version. Now this sounds like a better formula for success. So in conclusion, should you use turmeric with piperine or black pepper extract for hemochromatosis? While piperine is an example of an ingredient that enhances turmeric absorption, we have elected not to include it in our turmeric remedies because of all the concerns listed in this video. Some individuals are sensitive to this ingredient. It may contribute to long-term health consequences by decreasing the critical aspect of liver detoxification called glucuronidation. There is some emerging evidence that piperine itself enhances iron absorption, which again would be the last thing someone with hemochromatosis would want. So for those of you who have been asking us for years why we don't use black pepper extract in our turmeric formulas, well, now you know. So what is our solution at Hemochromatosis Help? We offer 2 forms of safe and effective turmeric, and neither one has black pepper in it. Our Hemochromatosis Help turmeric capsules features BCM95, the very same ingredient studied above that showed a 6 to 7-fold increase in turmeric absorption. This is our preferred way to provide a safe, effective, and well-absorbed turmeric capsule that does not interfere with liver detoxification. In our other formulation of curcumin, the Hemochromatosis Help turmeric cream also does not use piperine. The enhanced absorption from this cream comes from its unique topical application. A topical cream of turmeric gets absorbed directly into the body, bypassing the gut to ensure maximal results. Both options provide excellent, safe choices for those with iron overload. To learn more, be sure to check out the links in the description box below to understand how turmeric can be one of the very best remedies to lower iron, if done the right way.